Welcome to Steve Draws. I'm Steve van Groot, a Dutch illustrator and animator, but you can call me Steve. In this tutorial we're going to learn how to draw a cartoon crocodile. The only thing you need is a pencil and a piece of paper. Let's get started. Step number 1. The action line. So we're going to draw a cartoon crocodile, and a crocodile when he's standing up is very tall, so we're going to draw an action line when he's standing up, and we draw it like this. Step number 2. The basic shapes. The basic shapes of a crocodile are his head, and we're going to draw that as a circle like we do in all cartoons, and his body is really a long pear shape, and his tail is a part of his body, so we're going to draw it in one straight line and just curve the tail a little bit up. We also need to know where the hands will be, and he is holding a fork and a knife, so his arms and hands look a little bit like this. Step number 3. The guidelines. When I draw a character, it's always good practice to draw in some perspective grid, so you know where your character is standing. So his front foot is in front, and then you can place the other leg and more in perspective. In this way your character will get more dimension. And a crocodile has a very big and narrow snout, and his end of his nose is going to be a circle as well, and his cheeks are also circles. Step number 4. Adding details. First going to draw his belly, and that's in the same shape as his body. And we're going to draw some shields on his tummy. And then on his back we draw the pointy things. I'm not sure what you call them, but to get it into perspective, because at the end they will be a little bit smaller, so I draw in a guideline to show where the top of the pointy things are. And the bottom of his tail is also the same as his belly, with the shields on. And to create a little bit more of a dimension, you just show little part of those shields, and his toes have very black nails, and we're going to draw that on the right foot as well. And now we're going to start off with the face, and you always have to have a dimension in your face, so I'm drawing the guidelines and then drop the eyes in, and the right eye is falling behind his big snout, and he also has eyelids. When you look at a real crocodile, they just squeeze their eyes and they have eyelids on top and on the bottom of their eyes. And just drawing in the basic shapes and some ripples on his nose. And he also has nostrils, and just going to indicate them with little curved lines. And the snout is also a circle, so I draw in the guidelines to get the shape right. And he is smiling and has his mouth open. It's always good to measure where the end of his mouth will be, so I measure it not straight ahead but in a curve, because his mouth is in a curve, and I'm just going to taper it smaller to the end, and it's going to be bigger near his cheek. I'm going to draw in the tongue, also the back of his right cheek, and I'm going to draw in some teeth, and oh, this is where I make a mistake. This is called a tangent. When two shapes meet each other and become one shape, then you need to change it. So I'm going to draw the tooth a little bit more to the right. I'm now going to draw the arms, and he's holding a fork in his left hand, and it's always good practice, to take your own hand as an example for holding things. The thumb is on top of the other fingers, and they also have nails, same as on the nails on his foot. I'm also going to draw the right hand, and in the right hand he's holding a knife, but because the snout is in front of the knife, you won't see the whole thing. And drawing the hand is a little bit the same as the left hand. You just draw the thumb in front and the other fingers behind it. This is how you sketch a cartoon crocodile. Step number 5, the final rendering. We're now going to render it, and I'm going to do that in a software program, but you can also use colored pencils or acrylic paint or any other medium. I'm doing my coloring in a software program which is called Manga Studio, and this is Clip Studio Paint. It's the same thing. I'm now using an oil paint brush, and what I first do is sketch in the flat colors like the green and the yellow and white for his eyes. And after that I'm just going to do the shades, and when the shades are right, I'm going to do the details of the character. And in this way you can draw and color a crocodile in 5 steps. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss a single video. Drawing is fun and practice makes perfect. See you next time. Doodles!